Welcome everyone. Welcome to the Texas Association for College Admissions Counseling Virtual College Fair. My name is Courtney and I'm going to be your facilitator tonight. We have an excellent lineup of institutions for you to hear from this evening, but before I turn it over to them, I do have a couple of housekeeping items for you all. Number one, this is a webinar, so your camera and your microphones are turned off, so our panelists cannot see or hear you this evening. They do know that you'll probably have some questions and they want to make sure those questions get answered. So please feel free to use the Q&A feature at the bottom of your screen. Type out your question and also note the college or university that you're directing your question to so that they can answer as appropriately as possible. This is also a really fun way to learn about colleges and universities, maybe some that you've heard of before and maybe some that you're exploring tonight for the first time. There's still going to be one more hour after this tonight, and there's still time to sign up for more sessions. This is being recorded this evening and will be available for playback at strivescan.com/Texas. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to our first presenter. I'd love to introduce it to you, Collin College. Take it away, Teresa, whenever you're ready.
All right, can everyone see it okay and hear me?
Beautiful, yes.
All right, so my name is Teresa Ramos. I'm with Collin College, and we are a community college. So one really good thing about me going first is you'll be able to take some of your basics with us, and if you want to transfer to the other awesome universities that are going to be coming up, that's something that you'll be able to do. So it is a great place, sorry about that, a great place to start and also finish. So we have our Associates of Arts, we have Associates of Science and Associates of Arts and Teaching. And these are all the ones that diplomas that you can get if you're interested in transferring to university. So it's going to get you started. We also have, just so you know, also Associates of Applied Science. So these are our workforce programs. These are more technical. They don't have a lot of that core, and you'll be able to get into the workforce in 2 years or less. We are also offering right now 2 bachelor's degrees. So that is our bachelor's in nursing and also our bachelor's in cybersecurity. We have a third one that is coming up in the fall of next year, which is our bachelor's in construction management. This is just an overview of the campuses that we have. Some of our smaller campuses, if you may not be familiar with Collin County, but Salina, Farmersville, and Rockwall are some of our smaller campuses. But if you want to take courses at our McKinney campus, that is where our health sciences programs are housed. So that's where we have our nursing, respiratory care, dental hygiene, surgical tech, sonography, and we also house our EMS program there. One thing that I do like to share, in McKinney, we have our Collin Higher Education Center. And on the first floor, this is in McKinney, we have 5 university partners there. So Texas Tech, Texas A&M Commerce, UNT, UTD, and TWU offer on a limited basis bachelor's and master's programs. So that's really awesome for the students, so they don't have to travel and can take those courses. Also in McKinney, we have our Public Safety Training Center. This is where we have our Police Academy and also our Fire Academy. At our Frisco campus, we have our IT center. So this is where cybersecurity is housed. We have game art and animation, video production, and also culinary arts is there. Our Plano campus, this is fine arts. So you'll find dance, music, theater, photography, drama, those types of programs there. At our technical campus in Allen, this is where we have our trades. So these are the ones I'm talking about, where you can do these programs in 2 years and then go into the workforce. So you'll find HVAC, plumbing, construction management, construction safety, automotive. We have some courses in electronic engineering and industrial automation. So, and a few health sciences like EKG tech and phlebotomy tech. Out at our Wiley campus, we have 2 new courses that came out, 2 new programs last year, our Vet Tech program and our Urban Sustainable Agriculture program. I'm not going to go over the resources, but I do want to say, as you are looking at other colleges and universities, to make sure you check out the resources that are available for students. For example, we have tutoring available. We have a math lab, and we also have a writing center and a science den to help students with free tutoring. We have 2 sports. So we have basketball and tennis, and they are competitive, and they compete against other community colleges. So that's pretty awesome. We do have housing, and we're very excited about that. This is the first time we're able to offer housing. It is at our Plano campus, but you can go and take classes at any of our other campuses. And just one thing I do want to say about our admissions process. Community colleges like Collin College, you don't have to take the SAT or ACT. We do have an exam that's called the TSI. It's a placement exam just to see if the students are ready to take classes at the college level. If you've taken the other 2 exams, you could be exempt, but know that that is our exam that we have. And finally, I just briefly wanted to talk about our tuition. If you do live in Collin County, we have the most affordable tuition in the state of Texas, but even our out-of-county tuition is pretty competitive. So you can come and take the courses with us. If you're interested in transferring to one of the other programs, then you can. And thank you very much. And there's my email address.
Thank you so much to Collin College. Audience, don't forget, you can put those questions in the Q&A and at the bottom of your screen. Type out your question, and then don't forget to note the college or university that you're directing your question to. Next up, I have the pleasure of introducing to you Midwestern State University. Take it away whenever you're ready.
All right, thank you. Can you see that, Courtney?
Looking great.
Okay, all right. Well, good evening, everyone. I'm Adam Pitts with Midwestern State University, and I serve as one of the regional admissions counselors in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Glad that you all could join us tonight. As I go through the slides on my presentation, feel free to use your QR reader to scan the QR codes to look up specific information on our website. MSU Texas is a 4-year public liberal arts university located in Wichita Falls, Texas, which is only a little over 2 hours from Oklahoma City and right at 2 hours from the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. One thing new this year is we did recently join the Texas Tech University system, and that became official September 1st of 2021. We're excited to become the 5th member institution to join the system. MSU's enrollment size is relatively smaller compared to medium and large size public universities in Texas. We have about 6,000 students enrolled from 44 states and 54 countries. Our student to faculty ratio is 18-1, which is something that we really value at MSU. Our students enjoy being in smaller classes and forming those close connections with faculty and their peers. Many students use the words family and homey to describe what it feels like to be on campus. The campus itself is about 255 acres, nestled in between a really nice upscale neighborhood and city amenities such as restaurants, movie theaters, mall, and other retail stores. Outside of class, there's lots to do on campus. We have 14 different fraternities and sororities, over 100 student clubs and organizations, and Division II athletics. Our sports include football, men's and women's basketball, soccer, tennis, and golf. and women's volleyball, softball, cross country, and track. We also have many events that are hosted each year, such as our Carib Fest that celebrates Caribbean culture and diversity at MSU, and our homecoming week with various activities such as our annual cardboard boat race and bonfire. And that is actually taking place this week. This week is actually homecoming week for us. There are many ways that students show their Mustang spirit on and off campus. MSU has over 70 undergraduate and graduate programs of study. Our 4 largest academic areas are health sciences, business, education, and mathematics, science, and engineering. Some of our most well-known programs in health sciences are nursing, radiology, respiratory care, dental hygiene, athletic training, and exercise physiology. We also have many pre-professional programs that can be combined with our science or health science majors. We do have study abroad opportunities in England, Spain, France, Grenada, and Central America. We're always adding other opportunities as well. We also have a Red One Honors program that allows students to interact with other high achieving students in small classes, and an honors living learning community. The honors program offers $4,000 and $7,000 scholarships depending on academic merit, and students have the opportunity for study abroad scholarships as well. MSU has rolling admissions. This allows students to turn all their documents in, and we can render usually admissions decision usually within 2 to 3 weeks of completing your application and submitting all documents. Although our priority deadline for applications is not until March 1st, I usually recommend high school seniors to apply mid to late fall with the goal of gaining acceptance before December 1st. This allows incoming freshmen to apply for some of our higher scholarships in early spring and automatically qualify for our merit-based scholarships before our April 1st scholarship deadline. Students who are in the top 25% of their class or have an unweighted 3.0 GPA will receive automatic admission. We are test optional for fall 2022, so we're mainly looking at your class rank and your GPA for admission purposes. And you can scan the QR code on this slide to kind of look at the different admission pathways or visit our web link listed here. You may want to submit your test scores if you do want to be considered for scholarships, and that scholarship deadline is not until April 1st. MSU prides itself on providing an affordable option to students. Our cost per semester based on tuition and fees, room and board, and books and supplies is usually around $10,000 a semester if taken at least 15 hours. We do allow you to lock your tuition rate in, and we have great scholarship and financial aid programs to make our costs very affordable for students and their families. MSU does provide a lot of great scholarship opportunities. The merit-based scholarships listed here at the top are automatic as long as you have been accepted with your highest test scores on file before April 1st. Our President's Distinguished and Red One Honor Scholarships are a few of our higher scholarships for students who have above average SAT or ACT test scores. Our Pretty Scholars program is a competitive scholarship for first-generation college students. Scholarships are selective and they cover tuition and fees, books, room and board, and study abroad. Please scan the QR code or visit the links here to look up more information about scholarships at MSU. MSU is offering tours Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. on select Saturdays at 11 a.m. throughout the fall and spring. Our Mustangs Rally events are our most selective, our most interactive visit dates. These open house events allow students a chance to connect with academic departments, learn more information about specific programs, and whatnot. And our Mustangs Rally event is actually this Saturday, October 30th. We also offer a really great virtual campus tour if you prefer that over an in-person visit. And you can access all of our visit information by going to msutexas.edu/visitmsu. As you begin the process of learning more about MSU or applying to the university, I encourage you to reach out to our assigned admissions counselors. You can scan the QR code here or go to the web link listed to meet and connect with your admissions counselors. We appreciate you joining us tonight. Our admissions counselors look forward to connecting with you. Thank you for your time, and go Mustangs.
Thank you so much to Midwestern State University. Next up, I have the pleasure of introducing to you Southern Methodist University. Take it away whenever you're ready.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm really excited to get to tell you a little bit more about SMU. My name is Kendall Dacey. I'm a Regional Assistant Director of Admission here at SMU. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about the university today, but I only have a few minutes. And so I do want to encourage you to hopefully come visit campus if you're able to, learn more about SMU online, on our website, on social media, kind of all of those virtual options for you as well to dig in deeper a little bit more. And so here at SMU, one of my favorite parts about the university is just our community and our sense of community on campus. And that's something that you'll find not only throughout your academic experience, but also your student life, your residential life, and really all entire facets of the university. As a mid-sized private institution, we are located in Dallas, Texas. I think our location in Dallas is a really big part of the student experience at SMU. As you can see on this slide, you can kind of see our campus in the foreground here. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous campus with lots of green space, lots of areas for you to play Frisbee, study on the lawn. All of those kind of traditional college experiences when you think of like a quintessential college campus, right? But hopefully you can also see in the background there is downtown Dallas. And so we're about 10 minutes away from downtown. And so it's really the ideal location. A lot of our students love to kind of take advantage of this great location in Dallas and get off campus, whether that's to do an internship during the school year at one of the Fortune 500 companies in the area, or whether that's to explore the arts district, go out to dinner, kind of go out and go hiking, go to a park, any of those really fun activities. I think that SMU does a really great job of connecting students not only with the campus community, but also with the Dallas community as well. And while we're located in a major city, your home on campus is going to feel a lot different. It's going to feel a lot more intimate. We're a mid-sized private school, which basically means we have a little less than 7,000 undergraduates on campus. It's a really wonderful size where you are going to be able to see people as you walk across campus, but you're also going to be able to consistently meet new people. Our students benefit from really small class sizes as well as great access to faculty. Our average class size is typically around 20 to 22 students, so maybe similar to what you're used to in high school. The largest class on campus is actually 150 students. And so you'll never be in a really large lecture hall where you feel intimidated to raise your hand or the professor doesn't know your name. Our students are able to really develop those relationships not only with their peers and their fellow classmates, but also with their professors as well. And then all of our students bring an incredible perspective to campus. We have a lot of students coming from different backgrounds, different experiences. Well, we're located in Texas and we do have a lot of our students coming from Texas. The majority of our students actually come from out of state, and then we also have a good percentage of students coming from international countries. And another thing that our students bring to campus is their wide variety of interests. We have over 100 different majors and about 85 different minors available throughout our 5 academic schools. So you can see them all listed here. We have a School of Business, Humanities and Sciences, Engineering, the Arts, as well as Education and Human Development. So there are tons and tons of options for you to choose from. A lot of our students will also double major, or they'll take classes across the different academic schools. So you are absolutely not limited on just one area or one school or one major. You can double major, you can have multiple minors, you can just take classes in a bunch of different areas if you want to. We really encourage our students to pursue the course of study and the curriculum that they're interested in, even if those are in totally different areas. Which I think is really awesome and allows our students to really develop their own kind of niche program at the university. And then beyond the classroom, there's tons of different ways to get involved. We have over 200 campus organizations. I like to think that student life is just as an important part of the experience as your academics, right? A lot of our students are going to take part in multiple different student organizations and activities. Part of that is also kind of our school spirit and our traditions. We do have Division I athletics, and so our students love to kind of get involved with school spirit and traditions, cheer for our different teams. And so each semester, each season, really, there's a lot of different fun things happening on campus that you can take part in and that really contribute to that sense of community here. And hopefully you've learned enough to kind of want to apply to SMU, right? And so I'm going to talk a little bit about our application process. And so these are typically items that don't really change from year to year, right? We operate using a holistic admission process, which basically means that we look at everything in your application. We want to know about your academic achievements as well as your extracurricular involvements. We want to read your essays and learn about you as a person. And we also want to hear what your teacher and your counselor have to say about your experience in high school as well. And so you can submit one of 3 different application methods. We'll accept the Common App, Apply Texas, or the My Coalition application. And then what you want to do is you want to choose either the deadline that works for you or the application round that works for you. SMU has 4 different application rounds. Early Decision 1 and 2 are both binding programs, so they're great if SMU is your first choice. As Early Action and Regular Decision are non-binding, so they give you a lot of flexibility. They just have a different timeline. And so once you pick the application that you want to submit, we will review your application and we'll automatically consider you for academic merit scholarships, which is awesome. And then in addition to merit scholarships, we also offer need-based financial aid, and both of those things can combine to help bring down that cost of attendance and make an SMU education affordable. So that's all I really have for you tonight. My email as well as contact information is on here, so definitely feel free to reach out, but I'm going to pass it on to our next presenter tonight.
Thank you so much to Southern Methodist University. You guys have already heard from 3 great institutions, but we're only halfway done, so 3 great ones left to go. Next up, I have the pleasure of introducing to you St. Edward's University. Take it away whenever you're ready. You might be on mute.
Thank you. All right, is everyone looking at my slides?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. So I'm really glad to be here with you tonight. I want to apologize in advance if you hear any background noise. I'm in my office and I did not realize that they were going to be doing construction in here just now. So I hope that you can't hear anything over the microphone, but I'm really happy to talk to you a little bit about St. Edward's. If you are not familiar with us, we are a smaller liberal arts university located in Austin, Texas. We have just under 3,000 undergraduate students total, and we keep our class sizes really small as well, so about 18 students on average. We do have students coming from all over the US and all over the world to enroll at St. Edward's. And we also are really pleased to be able to offer over 50 different majors and minors for students. So it's a wide range of different types of things depending on what you're interested in. We have students in kind of all different subject areas, from the arts and writing and the liberal arts kind of traditional disciplines to STEM, as well as some more unique programs that we'll talk about later on. We are also a Catholic university, but as you can see from this slide, we have lots of different students from different backgrounds on campus, which we'll also talk about more in a minute. And then we are Division II for athletics. So if you're a prospective athlete, you do have the opportunity to be considered for athletic scholarships and compete at that Division II level. I mentioned that we're located in Austin, Texas, and that really adds a lot to our student experience. I think the city is a perfect size for kind of attending a university. It's large enough that there's a lot of opportunities, including really great professional opportunities for you as you're starting to explore potential careers. But it's small enough that you'll find it manageable, easy to explore. It's also just a really fun city. We're really well known for live music with huge music festivals like ACL and South by Southwest every year. It's also a great city for just outdoor space. You can go paddleboarding, hiking, all like right by downtown. And we're just 3 miles south of downtown. So we're right in the city and everything's very accessible to you once you get here. As far as the classroom experience goes, we work with students really individually from the beginning of your freshman year. So when you come in as a new first-year student, you'll work with one of our success coaches who are basically like academic advisors, but they take that role a step further. They're really there to help you plan for your full holistic experience for a full 4 years on our campus. So not only will they make sure that your schedule is good and accurate and keeping you on track to graduate on time, they'll also help you kind of think about and process what you're experiencing. How will you kind of articulate the value of a liberal arts education when you're applying for jobs or for graduate school? What things do you want to be involved in outside of the classroom? Are there interests or talents that you have that you want to make sure to work into what you're experiencing on our campus? Do you need to plan ahead to really get that prestigious internship that you're aiming for, or to make sure you have time to study abroad? So it's very individualized and very in-depth. There are some majors highlighted on this slide. This is, of course, not the full exhaustive list of all of our majors, but these are a few really popular programs like psychology, business, biology, and computer science, as well as some more unique programs that aren't as commonly found on a small liberal arts campus. So things like environmental biology and climate change, video game development, animation, forensic science. And as you can see, it's really a wide range of different disciplines. So no matter what you're majoring in, you'll get a kind of broad-based education in lots of different subject areas, and you'll be a really well-rounded student when you graduate. I mentioned earlier that we are a Catholic university. We more specifically are part of the Congregation of Holy Cross, which is a smaller network of colleges and schools. But really what I want you to take away from this, every university that has a religious affiliation is going to define that differently. And so for us, we really see our role as encouraging students to think critically for yourselves about what your values are, what's important to you, and how you can utilize your college education to start making a difference in those areas. So if you're coming from a Catholic background, if that's part of your identity, you'll find that community on our campus. But if you're coming from a different background, you're going to have the same kind of freedom to explore how you connect to what you're studying. And so I think something that brings our whole student body together is often community service, because many students are looking to get involved in the community as a direct result of that kind of emphasis in the classroom on really thinking about what's important to you and how you can make a difference. For life on campus, we do require students to live on campus for your first 2 years. So when you enter as a freshman student, and then when you come back for your sophomore year, you'll live on campus. If you want to continue living on campus after that, we do have really great on-campus apartments for upperclassmen, which can be a great opportunity. And I think a lot of times students do want to continue living on campus just because we're in such a great location in the city. And it also means that you're close by to all of the support services and amenities and things that you'll need on campus. As far as the admission process goes, we really encourage you to apply early. We review applications on a rolling basis. So as we receive them, we're sending those decisions out. But we really encourage you to apply at least by December 1st. The application fee is automatically waived if you apply by that date. And it also puts you in the best position possible to be considered for our full range of academic merit scholarships, which go all the way up to $28,000 per year. And it also just gives you more time to plan, that you can kind of use the spring semester to visit more campuses and make sure that you're really thinking through your decision of where you ultimately want to enroll. We accept all 4 of the applications listed on this slide. Some of these are familiar to you from other universities you've heard from tonight. And really, we don't care which one you use. We would just like you to apply. So thank you so much for your time, and I will turn things over to our next presenter.
Thank you so much to St. Edward's University. Next up, I have the pleasure of introducing to you Texas A&M University. Take it away whenever you're ready.
Outstanding. Thank you so much. Everybody can hear me. Fantastic. Yes. Awesome. Howdy, everybody. My name is Froilan Silva. I'm a regional advisor for Texas A&M University. In our chat today, we also have one of our assistant directors, Lori Castillo. So if you have any questions at all, please maximize the chat as you will. We want to make sure that you have the best information from our university. And so I want to go ahead and get started because I have a lot of stuff I want to talk to you about. First of all, just a little bit about our university. If I go through my slides. We were actually the first university in the state of Texas. We were actually opening up in 1876, back in old Army, if you will. 20% of our incoming freshmen are first generation, which is pretty awesome. First generation college students, which only further adds to the diversity of our university. And then right now we're also boasting of having a little bit over 94% retention rate, which is incredible. And so what that tells us is that our students want to come back to our university. We are supporting our students through our different resources, academic, social, just all types of resources to make sure that they are coming back and that they're, really want to be here. So that being said, also what I love to say about our university when it comes to attending is that when you attend A&M, you're becoming a part, not just a student, not just a member of the Fighting Texas Aggie class of 2026 or 2027, you're becoming part of our family. And that's something that we really want to stress. And like how your own family probably have your own rules and how you kind of like, live. For instance, in my household, we, go to church together, or, I have the chair where I sit as dad. I'm sure you have your own guidelines and your own values. And so for us as the Aggie family, these are our values. This is what's important to us. So when you're trying to figure out what it means to be an Aggie, it's right here. It's about respect, excellence, leadership, loyalty, integrity, and selfless service. We are big on service. I'm gonna throw that out there real fast. A&M is actually the starters of the big event. It's the largest single one-day service project put on by our students. In fact, I think we have over 20,000 students participating in this event every March. That's just one of the really important parts of being an Aggie. And so just know that when you're coming to our university, when you're considering our university, it really boils down to if you believe in respect, excellence, leadership, loyalty, integrity, and selfless service. And then this is something you're about, welcome to the Aggie family. You're gonna do some great things for us. And we hope that while you're here, we're gonna do some great things for you. We're gonna provide you some great resources and some opportunities to be excellent. I love talking about students, especially that may be interested in our honors program. This is an opportunity for us to just challenge you, and even you challenge yourself a little bit more. Some students are overwhelmed by the size of our university. Right now, on some scales, we've been ranked the largest university with over 55,000 students in College Station. But even beyond that, that may be overwhelming for some students. And so what we do offer is the opportunity for you to be part of our honors program, where your class size kind of averages around 35 students, as opposed to maybe in the classroom with 200 or 300. But even within that, you're going to be able to live within the honors dorm. You'll have opportunities for undergraduate research, and you'll have opportunities to do even independent studies, where if there are certain courses that may not, are directly into your major, there's opportunities to do independent research classes instead. So really cool opportunities within that. That's another way of finding your Aggie family, how to find your network at our university. Another great way of finding yourself and finding your people there is by joining one of our over 1,000 organizations. I think on the last time I looked, I think we were calling it over 1,100. So this goes again to us just trying to make sure that you have a place at our university. It can be overwhelming being in a large university, but finding yourself, whether it be within Greek life, whether it be within a major within your major, an organization within your major, maybe a living learning community, maybe one of our first year organizations or experiences, there's a place for you to be at our university and to find yourself and to find your community. So I think someone always, in one of my presentations, it's always like, well, what's it like being on campus? Why should I attend? Well, honestly, come see it. That's probably the best way to really get a feel for the university. Beyond listening to me, beyond listening to some former students, go experience it yourself. We highly encourage our students to either come on campus, do a virtual tour, visit within your departments. This is such an important aspect of finding the right university. A big part of it's your major, but a big part of it's also making sure it's the right fit for you. And you figure that out by visiting. So schedule your visit at visit.tamu.edu and come see what our university is about. Come visit, hopefully, your future Aggie family. Now, at our university, we offer over 130 different majors to choose from. So gig that. We're home to a top 30 business school, a top 10 engineering school, a top 5 vet school, to say the least. Our majors are typically based on availability. That means when you're admitted and there's space in that major, you will be admitted into that major. The College of Engineering is the only one that does things a little bit different. We do look for students to also be admitted into the department. And so students that have a strong STEM background see a lot of success with that. So just keep that in mind. When you are applying your senior year, we are going to be using the application for admissions through Coalition or Apply Texas. We do require an essay. That essay topic has not changed. It is, tell us your story. What opportunities and challenges have you experienced through high school, very important there, and how have they shaped you to who you are today? Also very important. Let's see that introspection. Let's see that self-awareness. There is an application fee that we do require. We do require students to use our self-reported academic record to submit their grades. So basically, you're going to get a copy of your transcript, and you're going to input these grades accordingly. And then if you are top 10%, we'll also still request a official transcript from you or your high school to get that considered as well. And then we are test optional for the 2021-22 cycle and still being decided on for years past that. So just keep that in mind. and how we admit students. Top 10% guaranteed. If you're top 10% at your junior year, congratulations. You are guaranteed admission to Texas A&M University, and you'll be a member of the Fighting Texas IE class of 2026 or 2027 or whatever it may be. And if you're not top 10%, we will still consider your application holistically by looking at what you're doing in the classroom, out of the classroom, and just who you are as a person. And those actually, all that information that you are going to be putting down is also how we will consider you for scholarships. All the information on the application for admissions is used for by our scholarships office as well. So humble brag or just brag in general, this is an opportunity to get into ideally your dream university, but also to get as much financial aid that can be offered to you based on what we see on paper. So like I said, my name is Froilan Silva. I'm one of the advisors here in Texas A&M University. Lori Castillo has been working our chat. She is assistant director at our university. We're excited to see you on campus visiting, but also members as Fighting Texas IE class of whatever it may be. So I appreciate you guys being here tonight. Thank and Gig'em. I think that's my time. And yeah, have a great night. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much to the university or Texas A&M University. Next up in our final presentation tonight will be from the University of Texas Permian Basin. Take it away whenever you're ready.
Thank you. Let me get my screen here. All right, hello everyone. My name is Susie Thiessen and I'm the assistant director for the admissions office here. So we're just going to go over some of the information about UT Permian Basin and what to expect for the fall 2022 semester. So to start off, just a little bit about UTPB. We are located in Odessa, Texas. So right where you see that Falcon Head in West Texas, that is where we are. So it is a very rural location and very heavily driven by the oil industry here. And we are part of the UT system. So, UT Austin, everybody thinks, that's the main school. And then, of course, we do have other institutions across Texas that are part of that UT, University of Texas system. And so we happen to be the smallest one with about 5,500 students currently enrolled. And so throughout the years, we'll have anywhere from 6,000 to 7,000 students. So we tend to stay relatively small with small classroom sizes, anywhere from 20 to 25 students. Those classes that you start off in as a freshman or sophomore will be a little bit bigger just because those are core classes that everybody has to take, but usually those don't exceed like about 60 students. And so once you get into your upper level classes, that's when they get a lot smaller. And then we also do have Division II athletics, and we are part of the Lone Star Conference. So our student life, there is always something going on campus for students to do. We have over 50 student organizations that students can join. If there isn't an organization that you want, you and 3 other students and an advisor, which is either a faculty or a staff member of the university, can help you create that organization. And we also have a lot of other things. So career services will help students throughout their time here at UTPB. They have acuplacers or kind of like ways to tell you what you could do with your life, also helping you with job interviews and resumes. And we have a great residence and dining hall for our freshmen. Freshmen are not required to live on campus. However, we do highly recommend it just because you get that community feel and a better orientation into college as well. We also do offer campus recreation and intramurals. We have homecoming celebrations, fitness facilities across campus. We host an event called Falcon Palooza, which is where you can create teams with other students and compete in this obstacle course and win prizes. And then, of course, students will go through new student orientation before they arrive at UTPB. That way they do get to see campus, meet with staff and faculty, and learn more about the university, and then also learn about their course schedule and things like that. These are our academic majors. So we are, we've got liberal arts and a lot of sciences. So College of Arts and Sciences, College of Health Sciences and Human Performance, College of Engineering, College of Business, and College of Education. So those are our 5 main colleges. And under each area, you'll see that there are different tracks that you can complete. And so, for example, the art has a general track, but you could also do the graphic design track with a minor in communications and marketing. And so there's different areas that students can study if they are interested in a specific track. We are definitely really big with engineering, specifically mechanical and petroleum, due to the area that we're in with the oil industry. And so a lot of students do like to enroll in those programs, but also business, nursing, and other health sciences and education are also really highly enrolled programs with us. So the application is fairly simple. We are going to use Apply Texas that a lot of institutions here in Texas use. Just a quick reminder, Apply Texas did update their website, so it's now called Go Apply Texas for fall 2022 applications and beyond. We do have a $40 application fee. However, if you qualify for a waiver, we can waive the application fee, and there is that option at the end of the application. So fee waivers can come from College Board, NACAC. Your counselor can provide us with a letter stating that you're on the free or reduced lunch program at your high school, or if your EFC is 0 on your FAFSA, we can also waive the fee. And the only document that we're asking for at this time is your official high school transcript. If you have SAT or ACT scores, you can submit those, but we are optional for this upcoming fall semester. And so this is an overview of our tuition. So we are still one of the more affordable institutions, I would say, in the state of Texas. We've got about $9,200 is kind of sitting for the tuition and fees for an in-state student. If you are a New Mexico student along the border county that touches Texas, those students do also get in-state tuition as well. And then of course, we also have the cost for housing and meals. And so our subtotal comes to about $20,000 per year as a first-time freshman. And then there is scholarship opportunities, of course, for any student that receives at least $1,000 in academic or athletic or organization scholarships. They immediately receive in-state tuition. So that will help with a lot of out-of-state students or international students to alleviate those additional costs associated with your residency. And so, of course, we do have really great, generous scholarships. On top of having a pretty affordable tuition cost, we do have great academic scholarships that can essentially help students go to school here for free or almost free. So anywhere from $1,000 to $4,000 is going to be our automatic scholarships. And those are awarded at the admissions process with at least a 3.0 or higher. So 3.0 is the minimum, and the higher your GPA, the higher you get for a scholarship. And then we do have a full tuition or a full ride scholarship, which is our presidential, does require an application, and that will cover up to 18 hours per semester. All right, and if you do have any questions at all, you're welcome to contact the admissions office or myself. And for any other updates about our campus events or anything like that, feel free to follow us on social media where we post everything and keep the public informed about what's going on with UTPB. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. And I will give this back over to Courtney now.
Thank you so much to the University of Texas Permian Basin and to all of our presenters this evening. I'm now going to ask all of our presenters to turn back on their cameras and share a little bit more about their institutions. And also I'm going to tap into some of your professional advice for students and families. So in the order that you presented originally, if you could share with the audience one thing that you want students and families to remember about your institution. So Collin College up first.
All righty. So I think one of the things I really like to say about Collin College is that we have a lot of options for students. So if you're looking to take your basics at an affordable cost and then transfer to university, we have that for you. If you want to come and get your technical career in a couple of years, we have that for you. And we're now offering some bachelors. So if you're wanting to finish your education with us, we have the bachelors as well.
And at Midwestern State University, I would say, we're one of those schools that's far enough away from home, but not too far away, especially for students in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And we kind of create that smaller, more intimate environment. So if you're looking for that supportive college environment, we certainly provide that at MSU. And then, for those that are looking at health sciences, that's like our bread and butter and kind of what we're most well known for. So if you're looking at nursing, radiology, respiratory care, and some of those different health science programs, you might want to take a closer look at us. So thank you.
Hi, and so here at SMU, one thing that I didn't mention in my presentation, but I think that is really cool about SMU is that we have multiple different what we call like study away opportunities. We call it study away for two reasons, because we have a lot of different study abroad opportunities. Typically, it's between like 150 to 250 programs that students can choose from across many different countries each year. But we also have a second campus located in Taos, New Mexico, which is a really awesome kind of study away opportunity. It's not abroad, right? It's still in the US, but it's a totally different experience for students from our campus in Dallas, right? In Taos, it's in the mountains. You are really close to nature. It's a really small campus, and it's all other SMU students. And so it's a really cool kind of experience that students can take advantage of. You can go and study in Taos for anything as short as like a 2-week summer session or a full year, which is a really cool, I think, experience. A lot of students like to go either during our January term or during the summer, because there's a lot of like skiing, snowboarding, hiking in the summer, different activities that you can take part in. Yeah, and so lots of opportunities to have different experiences at SMU.
Right, I think I'm next up. So I think one of the things I would really like you to remember about St. Edward's is really just how committed we are to getting to know you as an individual student. That's really what drives everything that we do. Our faculty are here because we want to work with undergraduate students specifically and support you in your research and in your growth on your path to a bachelor's degree. And, it's just a really supportive, kind of welcoming community for students. I've really enjoyed being part of it as a staff member for the past 6 years. And I know that our students really feel welcomed also. And so please come visit campus if you can. We'd love to have you and kind of let you see what it's like for yourself.
Yeah, I'll echo that just a little bit for A&M as well. Come visit campus. I think that, we can tell you all the accolades about how, friendliest campus by USA Today and happiest campus by, Huffington Post and best college town by Niche or best game day experience by ESPN, whatever. The most important thing is, what is it for you? And I think for you to experience that, visit campus and really discover that A&M, although we are a large university, we really do believe that we are a family. And that's something we want you to be a part of, the family, when you come to our university.
So I was actually a student here at UTPB, so I have experience of what it was like to be a student. So if there's one thing I would want someone to take away from their experience here, is that the professors, staff, and all the rest of the students and everybody was extremely helpful, friendly. Everybody's here like a tight-knit community, like a family. So we're a really small campus, and Odessa and Midland are not that big either. So it's got that everybody knows everybody kind of vibe. And so everybody's very supportive of each other. And I can say, like, I still maintain contact with several of my professors, even though they're retired now from graduating 6 years ago. So you make really great relationships at UTPB for sure.
Thank you guys so much for sharing. And thanks, audience, for joining us this evening. As you close out, there'll be a quick 5-question survey. So we hope that you'll provide us with some feedback and sign up for more sessions. There's still a whole hour left this evening. This was recorded and will be available for playback at strivescan.com/Texas. Thanks so much, everyone, and have a great night. Bye-bye.